A pleasant good morning and welcome from wherever you're joining us. We're coming to you here live at the world-famous pit. It is the AA Boys State Basketball Championship coming right up between the number 1 Texico Wolverines and the number 3 Mesa Vista Trojans. My name is Tyler Ortega, joined on the call today by Brandon Ortega. And Brandon, simply put, we're in for a good game today.
Evenly matched game. Both teams are hot. Both teams, I don't think you can just focus on one player, which makes it dangerous. They're balanced. They've got several players that can beat you when they're wide open. They've got several players that play two-way, if that makes sense, that play really well on both ends of the floor. I was really impressed with Texico's semifinal appearance. Got to watch about first half of that, and out of the get-go, I loved their energies. Mesa Vista, I watched in Rio Rancho in the early rounds, and same thing with them. They've got some really good players inside and out, so I think it's going to be evenly matched.
It's going to be incredible. I was on the call for that Texico game yesterday where they were able to take care of Pecos. And then yesterday, as you mentioned, Mesa Vista, they moved on in the semifinals with the one upset in that round, defeating the Santa Rosa Lions to punch their ticket into this state championship. We're going to pause for a moment, and we'll be back on the other side of this with tip-off. You're watching the NFHS Network.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
So the national anthem is over and done with, and now it's time to meet our teams here. You're going to have Mesa Vista in the black uniforms with the gold accents, and Texico in their white uniforms with the green accents. And so we'll get to Mesa Vista first here. And Brandon, you had a little bit of experience with Mesa Vista in the earlier rounds of this tournament. Give us a couple of players that we're going to be looking out for here today for the Trojans.
Well, when I saw them, what was impressive about their game is they had 4 players scoring double figures. You had Martinez, Valdez, Gallegos, Saavedra. All 4 of them can drive and score. All 4 of them can shoot from the outside, whether mid-range or from 3. So those 4 right off the top, they were really impressive to me. So I look for all 4 of them to try to set the tone for their team in this state championship.
For Texico, we saw them just yesterday. They actually played on this floor right here just 24 hours ago, where they took on the Pecos Panthers. And You know, that was something that you mentioned in the open, Brandon, just so many options all across the board. And Texico, no different, led by their senior point guard, Steen North. Jet Curtis had a big game off the bench, as did Bennett Whalen. But where they really got it done was on the offensive glass. They out-rebounded Pecos, specifically offensively created some extra possessions there, and ultimately that's where they were able to create some space. We saw Jaheim Moses really start to take over the game in the second quarter, specifically in the isolation. He's so quick. He has an incredibly fast first step, and so he's able to blow by defenders, create his own shot, and not just that, when he starts getting into the lane, his eyes are up. He's looking to find his teammates. He knows that these guys are going to be sliding over for some help defense, and from there, he's able to dish off for usually an easy layup.
And what's impressive about Moses, Tyler, he comes off the bench. He's not even a starter, so when he comes into the game, he is so impactful. And, you know, when you talk about Texico, they're such a physical team. All but 3 of these players on this roster were on the state championship football team, so they love to bang down low. They're not afraid to be physical. They're not afraid of the moment. What I was impressed watching them yesterday, about 3 or 4 guys scored right out of the gates. So there's no nerves on this team. They've been on a big stage before, so we'll see who's more prepared, who's more ready for the moment right out of this opening tip.
The AA Boys State Championship coming to you here live on the NFHS Network at the pit. Texico versus Mesa Vista. You're going to have Hawkins jumping against Gallegos, and it's Texico controlling the tip as they did yesterday. Curtis letting one fly early, and Texico strikes within the first 7 seconds.
What did we talk about? Being ready right out of the gates, and there he is, Jet Curtis, the sophomore, hitting that first tray from deep.
So Mesa Vista looking to establish some offense here. This is Nevadez. Now Martinez on the near side. Great backdoor cut. Nice little left-handed layup there for Andres Valdez.
Yeah, Mesa Vista really shares the ball so well. That was a really nice pass. Valdez with the finish.
North looks inside. Curtis draws the foul, and we're going to see our first trip to the free throw line here. Just over 40 seconds into this one.
Yeah, a couple of sophomores taking over offensively on the scoreboard. You got Curtis for Texico, Valdez scoring. Yeah, young and ready looking both teams right now.
Curtis, good that first time around.
4 points for him in a hurry. Not even a minute into this game. Yeah, look at that 3 on the replay. I mean, that was from college range. That was phenomenal.
And just the confidence that you need to let one fly in the moment like that. It's the very first shot of the state championship, and you find nothing but net. That's going to go a long way for the confidence of Jet Curtis here today. Gallegos off the front of the iron there, rebounded by Curtis.
He was right on line, just a little short.
Here comes North. Thought about penetrating, instead hands off to Curtis. He's had the hot hand lately, looked to drive left, had his pocket picked. Nevadez now. Mesa Vista will set up some offense.
Who can be more patient early on? You can feel the excitement right here, and a nice find of Gallegos.
Gallegos inside. He was challenged there at the rim by North, but a great finish.
He really likes to shoot from the outside, but I think if Mesa Vista is going to win this game, he's got to keep pounding it down low.
That's Fuentes slicing to the basket. He had a great game yesterday in the semifinals as well.
Alex Fuentes, really nice move, really nice touch right there. Both teams going back and forth. What a battle so far.
Now Mesa Vista, they took somewhat of a, I don't want to call it an unconventional route to this state title game, Brandon, but through their first 5 games this season, they had more losses than they did wins. They were 2-3 in their first 5 games. Since then, they've lost once. It was back in early January, and they've been doing nothing but winning since.
Yeah, they really got the momentum after that and went 10-0 in district. Both these teams were undefeated in district play. And here they are on the big stage, 1 win away from a blue trophy.
Valdez misses the first free throw there.
So many underclassmen on both squads. Valdez, as we mentioned, scoring that first bucket for the Trojans.
Second time around, also short, big offensive rebound.
Wow.
And it's finished there by Martinez.
Martinez was one of those players when I saw them earlier in the tournament. 4 players scored in double figures, and he's on the board in this first quarter.
Curtis feeling it a little bit. That one just long.
Really nice rebound from Gallegos. He's going to be huge on both ends of the floor. Got to keep him in the paint. I know he likes to shoot from outside, and here he goes with the mid-range, and there he goes. He can do it.
15-footer there, no problem for Jordan Gallegos. He's got 4 points so far.
He looks very comfortable right here at the pit.
Curtis, little stop and pop and jet Curtis.
Both teams. I'm just so impressed, Tyler, with how confident and how comfortable you look. This is an 8 a.m. tip. We have to remind folks, if you're with us on the NFHS network, the 8 a.m. tips, I think, are the hardest of the entire day. You got to get up early, and you got to be ready to go and be warmed up.
That ball looked to have just escaped the grasp there of Jordan Gallegos, so a turnover going back to the Wolverines. But you're exactly right, Brandon. You know, you look at these kids, most of them 16, 17, 18. The last thing they're used to doing is getting up at 5:30 in the morning and being ready to play by 8 a.m.
Curtis a little ambitious on that one. That was for maybe NBA range and well short, so he's got to get a little bit closer, but he can shoot from deep.
I think they call that a heat check there for
sure.
Jet Curtis.
He's feeling it. He's feeling himself. But, yeah, you got to get a little bit closer right there. That's really, really far away, whether you're in the high school or college ranks right there at the pit.
First foul called against Maverick Hawkins. On that, just a little too easy on the inbound there for Saavedra, but he couldn't finish.
Yeah, he looked a little unsure of himself. He should have just came down, patiently went up. He had the advantage. Yeah, he just kind of doubted himself a little bit. Was a little unsure, at least, if he wanted to pass it or shoot it. You got to just shoot it right there with your height advantage. And Mesa Vista, I think they've got the height advantage down low with Saavedra and Gallegos.
Curtis from the corner this time, and Curtis well offline. You know, and Curtis, he's got to be careful here. You know, you start off with the quick 7 points here in the first 4 minutes of the game, really, but you can't get too overly confident to where you start wasting possessions for your team. Big time deflection there from Hawkins. Texico unable to capitalize. Open three here. Nevada is off the mark.
Maverick Hawkins, what a name. That's a basketball name if I've ever heard one.
Here is Hawkins. Rotates it. Fuentes trying to penetrate, and he draws the foul.
And we'll keep an eye on the fouls. 5 gets you to the bonus. I believe that's the second, and now both teams do have 2. And they're both physical, so I think maybe this game, as much as any today, you got to watch out for the bonus in every quarter. You can't get too physical and too out of control with those fouls.
So a couple of subs here for Texico. We see Bennett Whalen and Jaheim Moses in for the Wolverines.
Steen North got a good look there, just a little strong.
Inside, finish, and the foul.
Martinez, 4 points already. Did a great job at running ahead and beating that Texico full court pressure.
Mesa Vista take the lead here just over 4 minutes in. And that was a tough finish. You see, here comes Whalen, 6'4" Bennett Whalen coming from behind you. As Martinez not only able to finish there, but converts at the free throw line. He's up to 5 points.
Here's Moses off the bench, but an early turnover from him.
Looking down. And Moses,
I thought that was clean.
Before he went up, they're going to call the travel there
Okay.
for Valdez. He did take an extra step, and he knows it. He turned to his bench, and he taps on his chest and says, my bad.
The presence of Moses is really going to have the attention of Mesa Vista when they're down low. He's so athletic, and you can see right there, looked like he was going to hit his head on the rim. He was jumping so high.
Curtis was looking for Whalen. Whalen draws the foul. That's going to be a blocking call.
Yeah, that's a silly foul from Saavedra. You got to be careful. You can't pick up the silly fouls at this stage. You can't get yourself in foul trouble. Just got out of position and tried to body him down low.
Here's North. Finds Fuentes. Back out to North. Wide open three. That's a great play design, and Steen North cashes in from the wing.
That truly looked good from the time it left his hands. He looked extremely set and ready to fire away.
Second three-pointer of the morning for Texico. Saavedra rotates it over. Valdez looking to go baseline. Open in the corner here. And off the iron is Martinez.
Both teams really letting it fly from the perimeter.
That's a great little cleanup there from Salvador Saavedra, the senior.
Yeah, and that's a good finish for him after he was kind of a little lost the last time he had it down low. Yeah, good look for him.
Fuentes.
Holy moly.
With the answer back.
That's already, by my count, the third three for the Wolverines. They are not shy to let it go from deep.
We've got a shootout here in the opening 5.5 minutes of this AA Boys State Championship here at the pit. Tyler Ortega alongside Brandon Ortega. Wide open on the backside. Martinez levitates and draws the foul.
So we talked about Moses and the presence he has down low. Martinez really took his time bringing that shot off. If anything, he didn't look as confident down low that he could shoot. He probably should have shot it quickly and he let Moses get set. But fortunately for Martinez, he did draw the foul, and that's an unfortunate injury right there for Texico. I believe that's North.
Yeah, you're correct.
He's really hobbling.
Steen North being helped off. He'll take a seat on the bench.
Texico is deep, but North is a heck of a player. He looks in a lot of pain. Well, hopefully he's okay.
So Martinez converts at the first attempt. It's 2 for 2 from the line so far today. And you see some of the Texico faithful behind the rim there.
Yeah, shout out to the cheerleading squad for making it all the way out here. That's a 3.5-hour drive for the whole Texico fan base.
Was looking to find Fuentes on the backdoor cut. Results in the turnover. Here's Martinez now. Valdez.
I love the battle there between Valdez and Fuentes. And oh, what a great steal.
Here comes Whalen looking for Fuentes, and Fuentes finishes.
Yeah, what a way to lead the break and find the open player who's running. Fuentes, great finish.
Fuentes up to 7 points here in this first quarter. Whalen, he's fronting Gallegos down there, making it difficult to get the entry pass into the post, and there you see, resulting in the turnover.
And then the help from Fuentes really affected Gallegos there down low. Texico, I think, is now going to start keying on him. If they're trying to go to him down low, they're going to double him and then make him find the open shooter.
Here's Moses. Pipkin in seeing his first action off the bench this morning. Little 15-footer for Whalen off the iron. And it's just so tough to get rebounds when Texico have Hawkins and Whalen in there.
Yeah, and that's that foul that was just drawn by Fuentes, all thanks to Hawkins, who's hitting the boards on the offensive glass for the Wolverines. And that's going to be huge if he can continue to do that.
Fuentes now at the charity stripe. His first trip to the line this morning. Converts, he's up to 8 points.
What an opportunity for Texico. All but 3 players on this roster having a chance to add a basketball state championship on top. We talked about this earlier, winning a football state title earlier this year. What a season this could be for them if they can get that done.
Yeah, Texico, look, if you're familiar with the AA landscape, Texico, no strangers to blue trophies. If you've ever been inside their gym, they have banners on banners on banners, state championships in all sorts of sports. So big-time interception there from Whalen. He's driving down. And the blocking call going against Martinez.
Yeah, that was bang, bang right there. I think if Martinez had just held on a little bit longer, that would have been a charge. I think he moved just a tad, and here's a good look at it. Yes. Yeah, he kind of slid in. He wasn't quite set. A good try, but yeah, it was definitely a block. That's a good call by the officials, and they got some tough calls to make in this championship game.
So Whalen at the line.
Great replay from our hardworking camera operators today.
So by my count, those are the first point, I should say, for Bennett Whalen. It comes at the free throw line. And 2 for 2 that time is the junior, 6'4" junior, Bennett Whalen. And I think if you're in AA, you hear that, he's just a junior. And you know he's going to be back for more next year. Here's Hawkins on the breakaway off the turnover, and Texico have opened up a 9-point lead here late in the first quarter. As Mesa Vista on their heels, we see a timeout, 30 seconds. And so we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the other side of this. Welcome back here to the pit, ladies and gentlemen, on the NFHS Network. This is the AA Boys State Basketball Championships. My name is Tyler Ortega, joined by Brandon Ortega. And Brandon, Texico really starting to settle in here as this first quarter goes on. They've opened up a 9-point lead now over Mesa Vista.
Yeah, and you love to see that last bucket from Hawkins. He was really working hard on the offensive glass, and then off a turnover, they get him a great look for an easy layup.
Gallegos can't convert the runner there, and bad pass from Pipkin resulting in a turnover.
Yeah, and he patted his chest right there, taking all the blame on that one. Yeah, just a little off the mark on the pass.
Here's Valdez. Nevadez now. And Martinez, he's on the bench right now as Valdez lets one fly, and he beats the first quarter buzzer. Valdez up to 5 points. Mesa Vista trailed by 6. That's the end of the first quarter. We'll take one more look. A little pump fake gets Moses in the air and puts it through the net.
That was from way deep, Tyler. Yeah, what a shot from Valdez.
That's the momentum that Mesa Vista needs. As we head into the second quarter, we'll step aside. We'll be back on the other side of this.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. But it's not that time right now. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Being in a wreck can be scary and leave you wondering what to do.
At Whitener Law, we know what to do. First, contact the police even if you don't think you're injured.
Collect contact and insurance information from all the people involved in the accident.
Take photos and videos of the scene and any damage to the vehicles.
Get checked out by a doctor if you are feeling any pain.
Then call Whitener Law. Whitener wins.
8 minutes in the books, and it's been all Wolverines as they lead 23-17 over the Mesa Vista Trojans here through one. Tyler Ortega here alongside Brandon Ortega on the NFHS Network. Delighted to be here. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're watching, however you're watching. We appreciate it. As Mesa Vista looking to fight their way back into this one. There was a big three-pointer at the end of the second quarter.
What a block from Hawkins.
Hawkins just out here destroying dreams in this state championship.
Yeah, man, he's really working hard down low. He's been hitting the offensive glass, and now a big block there, and leads to a shot here from Texico.
Curtis draws the foul, and he's headed to the line for 3 free throws.
I'm all about contesting threes, but you got to be careful. You can't foul the three-point shooter, especially when he's shooting from that deep. Just get your hand up, try to affect it, but you can't be that aggressive from that far away.
You know, and I think the credit there goes to Jet Curtis. You have to develop a reputation as a knockdown shooter, and you command that sort of respect on the closeouts. And look, man, that just happens sometimes.
He did hit a three right out of the gates. And he's racking up some points in this first half of the Wolverines. Yeah, I'm just saying, though, for Valdez, you got to be careful. Yeah. And you send him to the free throw line, he's going to make you pay, and he did right there.
Jet Curtis, a perfect 5 for 5 at the charity stripes so far this morning. And Texico back up by 9.
And he hit those 3 quickly. I was like, wait, was that already the third one? He hit all 3 so fast.
Inside, and the blocking call going against Texico.
Well, we got a battle down low. Yeah, bodies hitting the floor nearly every possession. You love the physicality.
So it was Bennett Wallen who was called for the foul. Looking to find Gallegos instead. They go Saavedra off the roll. It's great play design there.
And there's Gallegos. Excuse me. Trojans got to keep feeding him down low. He is seeing more pressure at times, seeing a double team, but he's so talented down there. You got to keep finding him. He's either going to get himself a look or he's going to kick it out to an open shooter.
First free throw attempt here for Gallegos and unsuccessful. Now Mesa Vista, they're struggling from the line so far, Brandon. They've only made 2 out of their 6 free throws so far. Yeah,
and they got to, I wouldn't be surprised if at halftime they just stay out and keep shooting, especially at the free throw line. The first warm-up for the 8 a.m. game, you don't get a ton of time to shoot. So we'll see if they stay out at halftime and try to get some extra shots up.
We see a timeout taken by Texico. Quick 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and take it as well, and we'll be right back.
Or it's free. Call 242-3333.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Welcome back here to the pit. It's Texico on top of Mesa Vista here early in the second quarter, 26-17. This is the AA Boys State Championship, and it looks like we've got
something on the floor. I think the official's picking up.
Maybe something. Doesn't look to be
a little bit of debris.
Too big of a deal.
Something that I've been impressed with the last few minutes, especially early on in this second quarter, late in the first quarter, Texico's not letting anything easy happen down low for the Trojans. They got some early layups, and Texico's really shut that down the last 3 or 4 minutes, and that's been a big part of why they're up by 9.
Curtis penetrates and trying to find Pipkin there on the backside, and that's going to be a turnover. Starting to see a press now from Texico.
Nice job of breaking it by the Trojans. Yeah, they were ready for it.
Martinez gets inside. Wolverines fans asking for a travel call. He turns it over anyway. Here's Moses. Hangs in the air, and the offensive foul is called.
You know, I love the aggression, but you had a 3-on-1 break there. He would have had a bucket if he would have got the block call, but yeah, maybe give it up right there. Wide open look down low from his teammate. That would have been Pipkin he could have passed it over to, but those decisions are tough, especially at this stage. He really got up there for that shot, too. Moses is a really impressive prospect in 2A.
I wouldn't be surprised if you saw him here in just a couple months across the street from us at the State Track and Field Championships doing either long jump or high jump.
Good call. And you're always on the call for those, right?
That is correct.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to it once again.
Yeah, look out for Moses rocking the green, at the track and field complex. Yeah, good call.
Foul called inside on Maverick Hawkins. He's in disbelief. He's trying to plead his case.
And is that his second?
That's actually his third. And so
it's his, that hurts.
Hawkins
has been great in the first half. Yeah, he's got to go to the bench now.
Into foul trouble, and now Texico, they're bringing in Nathan Autry, a 6'1 freshman. So some huge minutes here for the youngster.
Yeah, what an opportunity to come in for Hawkins, who's been really good in the first half.
Open three, and Nevades cashes in from downtown.
Yeah, Nevades can do that. They got a handful of guys on this team that can shoot from deep. He was wide open, and he made the Wolverines pay.
Moses answers right back.
Yeah, what you can do, I can do even better. Moses, after a charging foul, making up for it there with a 3.
Martinez penetrates inside. Saavedra can't get a handle on it. Texico now looking to run. What a crossover from Moses in traffic. Takes it, gets to the bucket, and finishes off the glass.
Impressive handles, a tough finish. Moses off the bench is a spark plug galore. for the Wolverines.
And just like that, Texico back up by double digits. Mesa Vista had just cut it down to 6 following that Nevada's three-pointer, and then a quick 5 points from Jaheim Moses.
Yeah, all from Moses. Yeah, what energy he brings off the bench. Oh, and a little elbow there from Gallegos, and that's an offensive foul.
Huge offensive foul called there on Jordan Gallegos. There's still a lot of time left in this first half, and Texico starting to gain some momentum.
Yeah, the challenge for Mesa Vista isn't offense. It's you got to slow down Texico when you hit your buckets, and right now they are executing well, and Moses is really bringing some energy with that 5-0 run.
Pipkin has his pocket picked out in front. Saavedra, and he's able to lay that in off the glass.
I love the pass there from Martinez. He didn't even think about it. As soon as he got it, he got right to Saavedra, who was ahead. Love the way the Trojans share the ball.
Skip pass, looking inside, right back out. Great ball rotation. Autry unable to finish from beyond the arc.
And that was a good look, too.
Some huge minutes here for the freshman Nathan Autry. He's performed well.
Yeah, Gallegos has got to keep doing that. When he gets it near the block, he's got to keep driving because he's going to at least, I keep saying it, I'm a broken record, but he's going to at least get himself a look inside, or he's going to draw a lot of attention and someone's going to be wide open.
0 for 2 his first trip to the free throw line, and the struggles continue.
Now, this isn't Mesa Vista's first game at the pit, but I think even though you've had a game under your belt, the depth perception behind the basket to the scoreboard is so much bigger than these guys are used to in the high school gyms and even at the Rio Rancho Event Center where they began the state tournament. It takes some time to adjust, and then Gallegos, now he's got one cooking now. I've got 5 for Gallegos.
I do as well.
Okay.
1 for 4 from the free throw line. Here you see Keaton Dumas, the junior, seen his first action.
My goodness.
And Jet Curtis is flying here today.
Wow, that was from the airport. That was a really, really long shot, well beyond the college range.
I've got 13 for Jet Curtis here, and we're only midway through the second quarter.
Oh, nice look there from Gallegos. That was a tough shot, guarded by multiple players. Yeah, back and forth we go. Curtis with that 3, and now Gallegos responding down low.
Fuentes gets inside, was looking to draw the foul.
Yeah, Gallegos, I'm going to keep saying it again and again. He's going to the bench right now. Or no, he's not. It looks like he was maybe going to go to the bench. He's staying in. He's got to stay aggressive. They got to keep feeding him. He really sets the tone for the Trojans. And for Curtis, boy, what range he has. He has not hesitated one bit when he gets any sort of open look.
Wallen kicks it out. Here's Autry. The freshman loses possession there, and we've got a jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Wolverines.
Love the scrappiness for the guards from the Trojans, getting their hands on the ball. Jump ball, but yeah, the possession arrow was still with the Wolverines.
Here's the senior Mendoza. Wallen from 3.
Good look there, a little off to the right.
Gallegos finds Martinez. He lets one fly, and Martinez cashes in. That's his first three-pointer of the morning.
Both teams are getting good looks from deep. Who can convert when they get a good opportunity? What a shot in the corner there. 3-ball corner pocket.
Skip pass looking for Curtis. Spot up. Curtis off the iron.
In and out right there. Almost hit that one too.
And the Trojans have cut this lead back down to 6. This is a big possession here. Gallegos, little jumper from just inside the free throw line.
Good looking shot, just a little off on the mid-range. He's going to keep getting those.
Fuentes wide open. Fuentes leaves that just a little short. And Brandon, this is something that you and I talked about while we were down on the floor pregame, just noticing the 2 different three-point lines and the effect that it has on these players. They're not used to playing with a second three-point line out there. So oftentimes you see you're behind a line and you just go with muscle memory.
You instinctively want to shoot from that,
Exactly.
from that line.
And you're a couple feet further than normal, and now we're seeing a lot more shots falling short here at the pit.
An aggressive drive right there leading to a trip to the free throw line for the Wolverines. Yeah, I think outside of Curtis, that's going to be an issue for everyone else that instinctively wants to shoot behind the red line. I know that it's logistically hard for all of these different facilities to take away the longer three-point line, but yeah, it definitely is something that players struggle with, both for the boys and the girls. They just want to shoot from the furthest line, but in this stage and in this tournament, it is a big difference. So yeah, you got to be careful and just try to shoot behind the white line, not the red line. And nice free throw trip for Fuentes.
Fuentes, a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line so far. And Texico back up by 8.
8-point lead for Texico. You got to feel good about that.
And this is kind of the same way that yesterday's semifinal game against Pecos played out. They had somewhat of a 6 to 9 point lead for most of that game, as Saavedra able to finish through the trees.
He missed the first shot, but stayed aggressive. Heads up play by him to be aggressive and then go up for the putback.
Here's Fuentes looking to penetrate. As that one poked away, and now the foul called on Pipkin.
I'm so impressed with how the Trojans really can poke away the ball at will. They're so good at, even when they maybe sometimes intentionally let the player go by them, they're so good at finding that angle and pointing it away, and right there leading to a turnover and now a trip to the free throw line.
So Martinez at the free throw line here for the Trojans, looking to cut this one down to 4. And he gets the shooter's bounce that time.
The crowd had a little ooh ah from the pit crowd, and shout out to the crowd here. This is a good crowd for an 8 a.m. game.
An incredible crowd, and you know it is Championship Saturday here at the pit, and so every single game we're going to be giving out a blue trophy, doing some post-game interviews down on the floor. So make sure to hang around for that.
Big free throws there from Mesa Vista. Texico trying to lull the Trojans to sleep. Nearly caught them sleeping, but a nice deflection, and then it ultimately went off Texico. And now all of a sudden you're only down by 4. Can cut it to a single possession game.
Here's Martinez looking to penetrate.
Tough runner.
See, and that's what happens when you have size on the interior like a Bennett Wallen. Martinez saw Wallen waiting for him, and it altered that shot, and it just looked a little funky coming out of the hand there of Martinez.
And that's a tough sequence for Martinez, because that was a tough runner, and then he commits the foul 3 quarters of the court length away. That's a silly foul, and that's his 3rd. That's a big one, Tyler.
Less than 1 minute to go here in the first half. It's a 4-point lead here for the Wolverines.
You can tell Texico right now, down to the last minute, they're going to make Mesa Vista try to commit a foul or be aggressive and go for the steal, because they've got the lead here. And this is a tactic we often see in the state tournament without the shot clock. They stay really patient, and wow, what a bucket it leads to right there.
The freshman, Nathan Autry, getting his name in the scorebook.
Yes, he did.
And that's a moment that he's going to remember for the rest of his life.
That first bucket's the hardest one to get, even if it's a layup.
So now the Trojans looking to hold for last shot.
Yeah, and I actually like that they slowed it down here. You're only down by 6. If you get a good look here, you're either going to be down by 4 or get it to a single possession game with a 3. Let's see if they get a good look.
Corner 3. And that one's off the backboard.
Oh, wow, had the distance there. Yeah, I didn't love that 3 in the corner. That was a really difficult angle. Not the play that Mesa Vista was hoping for, but only a 6-point deficit for them, and Texico has some momentum going into halftime.
Texico with some momentum. We've reached the halfway point of this AA Boys State Basketball Championship. We'll go ahead and step aside. We'll be back with some halftime.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of Pro V Sports.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
You know, I'm a person too.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
we celebrate the athletes, the wins. Now it's time to celebrate the people behind it all, the advice givers, the community shapers. Join us at BSN Sports and share your coach's story with #ThankYouCoach.
Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo is pleased to sponsor and support NMAA, its activities and the youth of New Mexico. Today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. Visit us at Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo or CorleyNewMexico.com.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong and we're still as local as red and green.
At the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, being a journeyman electrician is more than just a job. It's about being a part of something greater than yourself. And the best way to take care of your family is by joining ours. IBEW 611 members earn great wages, benefits, and pensions. So if you're an electrician, ask yourself, am I being paid my worth? Is my family fully covered at no cost to me? Can I retire? Call us or visit our website to empower yourself and join the union now.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
At Jiffy Lube, we car about cars. In fact, we're kind of obsessed. It's why we've been taking car business with quick quality service for over 40 years.
Are you saying car?
That's right, Claire. And with things like our Carful Vehicle Review, where our experts check, fill, inspect, and clean your vehicle, you'll know we'll car for your car like we car for our own. Some people think it's just an oil change. Who cars? We do. We car.
You mean care?
Exactly. Jiffy Lube. Car more.
Welcome back here to the pit, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Ortega alongside Brandon Ortega, and we're halfway through this AA Boys State Basketball Championships. Let's take a look at the first half as Texico arrived to this midway point with a 6-point lead. Brandon, tell me a little bit about what you saw through those first 16 minutes of basketball.
Well, 2 players for double figures. Jet Curtis setting the tone, hitting a couple of deep threes. He was 2 of 6 from 3. 5 of 5 from the free throw line was really big for Curtis, so he's got 13. And then you have Alex Fuentes, who was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He's got 11 points, 3 of 4 from the field for him. The rebounds were impressive for Texaco. Oddly enough, though, Mesa Vista has 12 rebounds over Texaco's 11. I felt like Texaco had the advantage there, but yeah, from the stat standpoint, they had the rebounding advantage. And then offensively, Martinez leading the way with 11 points. Gallegos only has 7. If they're going to win this game, Mesa Vista, Gallegos has to get going. He's got to probably be around the 15 to 20-point range, if not more. He's such a talent down low. Texaco did a good job at slowing him down inside, so Gallegos has really got to get going.
Texaco looking to capture their second state championship this school year. They 50-pointed Santa Rosa in the state football championships just a couple of months ago. And now the Wolverines looking to walk away with another state championship.
It's not going to be easy. 6-point lead for Texico, but it's a much tighter game than that. Mesa Vista's had all kinds of opportunities to get back in this game and make a run. They just got to string together some stops. And as I said, get Gallegos going. He's the key for them. If he really, really can be effective down low and find the open shooter, that's going to be good for the Trojans.
Second half underway here from the pit. We've got less than 16 minutes left to decide a champion. And make sure to hang around after the game as Jet Curtis takes the charge.
Yeah, and he definitely hurt his, let's see on the replay, he fell down. I think he was trying to break his fall on the charge here, and here's the charge there. Yeah, that was definitely a nice set. Yeah, or perhaps his stomach, something along his ribs or something. We'll take a quick timeout.
And so we'll go ahead.
We car about cars. In fact, we're kind of obsessed. It's why we've been taking car business with quick quality service for over 40 years.
Are you saying car?
That's right, Claire. And with things like our Carful Vehicle Review, where our experts check, fill, inspect, and clean your vehicle, you'll know we'll car for your car like we car for our own. Some people think it's just an oil change. Who cars? We do. We car.
You mean care?
Exactly. Jiffy Lube. Car more.
Back here at the pit, Jet Curtis makes his way off the court under his own power, which is a great sign to see. And actually, it looks like he's headed right back to the scores table to make his way back in. So perhaps just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
He looks to be all right.
Price you pay when you take a charge, but Curtis is as tough as they come for Texico. It's going to take a whole lot more to keep him out of this game.
Here's Wallen, lets one fly, and Wallen hits his first three-pointer of the morning.
Yeah, what a bucket from the big fella. Had 2 points in the first half. Did not hesitate one bit. Texico, I'm really impressed with their, not just their ability to shoot, but how just quickly they go for it.
Gallegos off the front of the iron that time. Texico back up by 9.
Yeah, Gallegos, I don't love that outside shot. I want to see him get back inside, and another good look for Wallen.
And that time, that was actually Nathan Autry, the freshman, with his second bucket of the morning, forcing head coach Thomas V. Hill of Mesa Vista to take the timeout, a quick 30-second timeout. So, Brandon, quick start here for Texico to open up the second half.
Yeah, 5-0 run. You were just up by 6, now 11 with that 3 and then the layup. Mesa Vista, they can shoot from outside. They can shoot the mid-range. They can shoot the threes. They've got to get Gallegos inside. I've said it so many times, but that is really the key for the Trojans. They need him to get inside, draw attention, and get Martinez, Valdez, and all their other shooters some open looks.
And where Texico is doing a lot of damage as well, one thing to note, the bench points for the Wolverines. Mesa Vista, by my count, has 0 bench points so far through this game, whereas Texico, again, by my count, up to 14.
Yeah, and that's an advantage that the Wolverines are going to continue to have. They've got more depth. They can go a little deeper in their bench. Mesa Vista, not as much depth. So it's going to be the starters. They're going to have to get it done and produce.
Valdez is looking to get it over to Gallegos. Just not a whole lot of spacing there. And now seeing the first playing time here today is Kenny Gallegos. He's a senior for Mesa Vista. Inside here, Saavedra. Saavedra showing off the footwork.
And got some contact there. Could have got a foul called, but a nice finish from Saavedra. You got to keep pounding it inside to Saavedra and Gallegos. Good things are going to happen if you get in the paint with those two.
The lead back down to single digits now for the Wolverines.
Here's Curtis to see how many threes he can get off after taking that shot, and he gets one off, but in and out.
Yeah, a little pull-up J right off the screen there for Jet Curtis.
Missed opportunity. Navarez had all kinds of open space, just kind of took his eye off the ball, and he was a little too close to the sideline, so a missed opportunity there for the Trojans.
Kenny Gallegos back to the bench, and we see Santiago Martinez back in for Mesa Vista.
And he had 3 fouls in the first half, so he has to be very careful. You cannot pick up another foul in the third quarter. You got to be aggressive, but you got to be smart too.
Hawkins goes inside. Curtis, count the basket.
Valdez tried to draw a charge, and it was close right there. I think he may have flopped a little bit, got the contact. Curtis, a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play after hitting some trays in the first half.
Curtis, he's up to 15 points now, looking to make it 16. And Curtis remains perfect from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's a bucket.
6 for 6.
What a pure shooting stroke he has. He's a bucket. And Gallegos feeling the pressure right there, guarded closely by Curtis. And then that was Wallen who was adding the extra pressure. And then Gallegos just flat out lost it with the left hand. He's got to continue to do that. He's going to have a challenge. He's going to have at least a double team waiting for him when he gets inside.
This is Mendoza, the senior, conducting some traffic. Hawkins was looking for the entry pass, gets it, little inside out, and that one comes out short from Bennett Wallen.
Yeah, that one got away from Wallen, who just hit a three a little while ago, so you know he can knock down shots. And what happened there?
It looks like the officials ruled the ball back to Texico, and so this Mesa Vista crowd starting to grow more and more unsettled.
Yeah, I didn't see a deflection right there, but we're kind of far away up here up top.
Inside, Wallen, little 12-foot jumper. No good, and that time off of Jet Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis got his hand on the ball there. Mesa Vista, you're down by 12. A lot of ball game left. You got to stay settled. You can't get rattled by calls. You can't get down if Texico hits a couple of threes. You've got the ability to go on a run here. You just got to start executing and not make silly mistakes when you get inside.
Back to that full court press goes Texico, and again, great job by the Trojans to work their way through.
Saavedra and Wallen, I like that matchup, 12 and 24 there.
Inside, little jumper from Nevadez. Kisses that one off the glass.
Yeah, and got a little roll around the rim, shooter's touch there.
He's up to 5 points. Curtis, wide open from three. That's off the back of the iron. Long rebound goes to Fuentes.
Yeah, fortunate bounce for the Wolverines, and Fuentes was ready for it. That's a deep three.
Fuentes.
Oh,
no
okay.
problem, says Fuentes. 14 now.
Okay, Alex Fuentes. He's not the only Wolverine that can shoot from beyond the college range. We've seen Jet Curtis do it, and now Fuentes getting in on the three-point party.
Second three of the morning there for Alex Fuentes. As I mentioned, that brings his total up to 14 points.
Texico's really letting it fly. Any open look they get.
And the foul called against Mesa Vista, and I believe.
Yeah, Gallegos.
It's Gallegos. And you look, man, there's where you try to put that extra effort in, but sometimes you do just a little bit too much.
And that is going to hurt. That's his third foul. A heads-up play from Wallen, who just kind of beat Gallegos to the ball and got good position. Gallegos was just kind of falling. I don't know how much I like that call. I think you got to let them play a little bit. That one hurts for Mesa Vista, but Gallegos is staying in. It's going to take maybe for him getting to a fourth foul to come out, so he's got to be really careful. Him and Martinez have 3 fouls.
Wallen thought about it. Here's Curtis. Drives. Fuentes, another three. That one off the front of the iron.
Yeah, that was on target, and he was open and didn't hesitate. Here's Moses.
Moses inside, Wallen. In Texico, they take advantage of that height that they have on the inside, playing a little bit of an inside-out game. They're able to find some open three-pointers for their guards. Here's Moses. Picks up his dribble at the free throw line, turns the ball over.
Really good steal from Martinez. Read that pass from Moses, who I think, in my book, is the most athletic player on this floor, but Martinez with a heads-up steal.
And Moses, just a sophomore. So there's moments where you see sort of that inexperience pop out, and that was one of them on that last possession, and a timeout now taken by head coach Craig Cook of Texico is his side looking a little discombobulated on the offensive end.
Yeah, well, the pass was just a little too high from Navarez. Gallegos can jump, but you got to put it in the right place. That those little 5-foot passes inside it's all about the touch, and Navarez just threw it a little too high.
So it's a 13-point lead here for Texico. Just a 30-second timeout, so they'll be coming out of it here in just a second. But Mesa Vista, this is a crucial time here for this one.
Shout out to the mascot. Is that what a Wolverine looks like?
Yes. Yes, it does.
I'm more familiar with the X-Men Wolverine. I haven't seen too many pictures of an actual Wolverine. I think there actually might be a Wolverine at the Albuquerque Zoo. I have to take Julian down there.
This is incredible.
Spring break now, Tyler.
The rest of New Mexico learning right alongside with you here, Brandon.
Yeah, shout out to the mascot and cheerleading squad. 3.5-hour drive from Texico. That is no easy feat. And they're getting to enjoy this entire week and now Championship Saturday.
Fuentes gets through the lane. Can't finish. Big time offensive rebound. Wallen. Follow-up three, no good.
Nice rebound there from Martinez, who's got 3 fouls, but he's still playing aggressive. Can they convert offensively?
Gallegos rotates it inside. Nevarez.
Oh, what a move. What a move. Nevarez got airborne there, and that was a tough finish, making it look easy.
7 points now for Nevarez. Mesa Vista down by 11. They just got to work to keep this around 10 points heading into that fourth quarter. Now here you see the swarming defense of the Trojans causing a turnover. Saavedra goes up.
Wow, little contact there. Now the refs are letting them play a little bit. Moses comes back and steps out of bounds. And see, I love that they didn't call a foul there. There was some contact there. They're really starting to let them play in the third quarter. Opens it up. Mesa Vista gets a key turnover. I think they got to get it down to about 8. 6 would be great. Single digits would be great. Keep the Trojans in good shape. And they've got some stops right here. The last few possessions forcing some turnovers. Now you really got to start getting some runs going when you get those back-to-back turnovers.
Here's Nevarez, fresh off of creating that turnover. Inside, has that shot deflected.
Wow.
Double block.
Wallen first contested the shot, and then that's Hawkins, who's got 3 fouls coming in with the block.
Fuentes, inside off the glass. He's up to 16 points. He's the leading scorer.
So many players for the Wolverines can drive and finish inside. I would say there's 4 or 5 players capable of driving like that, and Fuentes is really being effective throughout this game.
So we've got a foul called. It's going against Alex Fuentes, the 5'10 senior.
So he's got 2.
Just over a minute left here in this third quarter. Here's Kenny Gallegos.
Yeah, Fuentes has got to be careful. Now with 2 fouls, all of a sudden you get one more. You're in that 3-foul group, which several Mesa Vista players have, and Hawkins for Texico also has 3 fouls, so got to keep an eye on the foul trouble.
So Mesa Vista look content to let some time run here.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but you got to be patient, but you also got to be aggressive too. You're down by 13, still with a lot of game left. Little late on the position there. Fuentes. That is Fuentes, yeah, and that's going to be his 3rd foul.
And I think
nearly in position for a charge, but he was a little off.
I think Martinez might have gotten away with one. There you see the little arm extension, a little bit of a flipper.
Yeah, and Coach Cook, I think, was talking to the officials about that. He thought there might have been a little bit of a push.
And I think what makes that difficult is it was the official that was on the baseline that made that call who couldn't see because of Fuentes' body in the way. So
what is going on here? I think they're trying to wipe down some sweat. And Martinez laid down on the floor. I don't know if he was trying to talk to the official about the last call. That was interesting.
39 seconds left here in this third quarter. 13-point lead for the Texico Wolverines.
Yeah, they're in great shape. They continue to get stops when Mesa Vista starts to claw back.
Martinez inside to Gallegos. They really need him to get going.
And he's met by, Curtis was there for the help.
Martinez for 3.
No. Yeah, a bit short there. On target, but short.
Here's Curtis. 3 points in this third quarter after a 13-point first half. He and Fuentes are the leading scorers, each with 16.
Let's see if Texico can get a good look at the final seconds here. So 4 seconds on the clock now.
Saavedra pokes that one out from Bennett Wallen's grasp, and so it'll be a inbounds for Texico. 4 seconds left. Pipkin to do the honors. Wallen swings it. Curtis draws the foul once again.
Saavedra came in flying and just goes right into Curtis. That one really stings for the Trojans. You're already down by 13, and if Curtis can hit all three, a 16-point lead going into the fourth quarter is massive if he can hit all three.
And Jet Curtis, he is a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line so far.
Oh, we jinxed him.
And of course, as I say that, he misses his first free throw of the morning. Classic broadcaster's curse there as Curtis
and hits the next.
Rebounds it right back and cashes in the next.
At 0.9 seconds left for Mesa Vista from full court, it's going to be nearly impossible to get a bucket here. So every free throw Curtis hits and he gets 2 of them. Yeah, that's massive. 15-point lead now. Gallegos does get a shot off. Wow. Even hit the backboard. I think that might have counted, but just missed it.
3 quarters in the books here at the pit, and it's Texico holding a 15-point lead headed into the final fourth quarter. We'll go ahead and step aside. We'll be back with the final 8 minutes right here on the NFHS Network.
We celebrate the athletes, the wins. Now it's time to celebrate the people behind it all, the advice givers, the community shapers. Join us at BSN Sports and share your coach's story with #ThankYouCoach.
Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo is pleased to sponsor and support NMAA, its activities and the youth of New Mexico. Today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. Visit us at Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo or CorleyNewMexico.com.
Welcome back here on the NFHS Network. It is the AA Boys State Championship game, and the fourth quarter is underway here between Texico and Mesa Vista. My name's Tyler Ortega, joined by Brandon Ortega. Thank you for joining us. It's been a tremendous game of basketball so far, where Texico looking to add their second blue trophy this school year.
Yeah, what a move and finish by Martinez. The Trojans desperately needed that, and not only do you get the 2, you stop the clock with a chance to get the 3-point play.
And Martinez, he was their main offensive weapon in that first half, Brandon. He was the leading scorer at the break, 11 points. That his first basket of the second half. So he's able to convert at the free throw line as well.
Yeah, and Gallegos didn't have a bucket in the third as well. He has to get going. Whether he scores a lot in the fourth quarter, he has to get inside and has to start creating. He's drawing so much attention when he has the ball. He just hasn't been able to create as much offense as the Trojans need.
Curtis with a rare wide open miss there from downtown.
You can see Curtis guarding Gallegos down low, but there's always someone ready to help. Hawkins essentially double teaming him every time he gets the ball.
They're looking to find Gallegos inside, but doing a great job defensively there is Jet Curtis. And
good idea, just a little behind Gallegos on the pass.
Errant pass, here comes Wallen inside, and that's a big-time block there from Ezekiel Nevades.
Yeah, what an effort there from Nevades, the sophomore, getting up for the block.
Yeah, we talk about moments these student athletes will remember for the rest of their lives. That's one there for Nevades.
Yeah, especially blocking a big. Oh, and a little off-the-glass 3 from the corner.
That was Mendoza, the senior. That's his first basket of this state championship.
Yeah, welcome to the scoreboard. Yeah, right there. What a shot. Sometimes you need a little luck, some bounces to go your way, and that certainly was one for Texico.
Foul called on Maverick Hawkins.
That's 4.
That's the 4th on Hawkins. So his impact has been negated by foul trouble here today, but they bring in the freshman Nathan Autry once again, and he has played tremendously.
Yeah, he had some good minutes coming in for Hawkins when he got in foul trouble, and Coach Cook's talking to him right now. But the Trojans, you got to keep finding a way to score. Doesn't have to be threes. I know you're down by 15 right now. You just got to get some buckets, and there's Gallegos.
Gallegos, he's struggling here today, but able to follow up that time.
Yeah, love the second effort. Missed the first, and he surrounded by Wolverines inside. Gallegos has got to keep battling like that. They need him to be special.
And that's a good heads-up play there by Curtis to throw the ball off the defender. But we're talking about Jordan Gallegos, Brandon. He's up to just 9 points following that basket that we just saw.
Yeah.
He had 7 in the first half.
Yeah.
Texico, they're such a lengthy team. It makes it so hard to convert inside and outside when you're getting contested.
Yeah, they've had a good game plan guarding Gallegos. He's just had to really earn everything he's scored today.
Curtis drives baseline and draws the foul.
And I believe that's Gallegos' 4th. We're in the 4th quarter now. He may come out briefly, and we do see someone getting ready to check in. They need Gallegos on the floor, especially for his presence on offense. So let's see how they can do without him.
Curtis rattles that one home.
And Gallegos not looking. Yeah, he wasn't sure if he was coming out. He will, in fact, have to come out. But I can't imagine they're going to keep him out very long. There's 6:05 left in the 4th quarter. You're down by 16 and maybe 17 if Curtis hits this. 14, maybe 15 if Curtis hits this free throw. But they need him out there. I know he's got 4, but this is all it is. This is the end right here. This is the state championship. Everything on the line.
Curtis, good that time around. Jet Curtis from the free throw line, 10 for 11. And that one that he missed is the only free throw miss for Texico.
Does that get him to 17?
I believe you are correct. I'll have to double check on that here as Valdez penetrates, and Valdez able to lay that ball in.
That's big time. Even with Gallegos coming out right there, the Trojans able to get some offense and a really good drive and finish from Valdez, making it look easy.
So I've got Curtis with 20 so far here today. He's our first player
20, okay,
to hit the 20-point mark.
Impressive.
Looking inside for Autry. That ball thrown away there by Fuentes. And so just as you predicted, Brandon, right back in comes Jordan Gallegos.
He's got to be careful. Maybe they start doing some defense, offense substitutions. Every chance they can sub him out on defense, maybe he'll come out at certain points in this 4th quarter. But, yeah, it's do or die time right now. You're down by 13. You just got to stop. And coming off that Valdez layup, try to get something else here. Does not have to be a 3.
Martinez thought about penetrating, instead finds Valdez. Here's Gallegos.
Nice pass to Gallegos there. Yeah, and see, he would have got that bucket, but a foul on the floor. Yeah, this is it right here. I know he's got 4 fouls, but he's got to continue to get the ball. He's got to continue to be aggressive. Don't play scared, but also got to play smart. And he's just got a difficult task. He's got at least 2, sometimes even 3 Wolverines waiting for him inside. And there's a nice deflection from Wallen.
It looks like a timeout was called before. A little fracas on the floor there. So
yeah, Gallegos hit the deck, and looks like he's a little slow getting up. Yeah, oh yeah, took a shot there from Pipkin. Yeah, and the Trojan fans certainly wanting a foul there, but they're not going to get it. But the Trojans still have possession.
They do, so they're actually going to change it from a 30-second to a full timeout. Okay. So we'll go ahead and take the timeout as well. When we return, we'll have the final 5 minutes. Back here on the NFHS Network, it's a 13-point lead for the #1 Texico Wolverines. As Mesa Vista trying to fight and claw their way back into this one, just over 5 minutes left. Tyler Ortega here alongside Brandon Ortega, and the offensive foul is called against the Trojans. We'll have another look.
Yeah, let's check out the replay here. Yeah, I didn't think Pipkin had position. I think he was a little late. That was a block in my book, but the officials make the big call, and that one hurts for the Trojans. Every possession, they need something. They need a free throw. They need a layup. They need something to keep chipping away at this lead. Doesn't have to be threes. And Moses, what a move from Moses.
Jaheim Moses, he's now up to 7 points. That's his first basket here in this second half.
Moses doesn't have to score a lot to impact this game. He's such a disruptor on defense. Oh, and I thought maybe Gallegos was going to draw a charge there with the elbow coming out. So that's a very fortunate break for the Trojans, not getting the charge, because that would have been his 5th and final foul. So, yeah, we're really getting physical in this fourth quarter. It's been physical from the get-go, but the intensity is really ramping up in the fourth. Oh, nice catch from Valdez. That was way high.
Rotates it over. Nevadez from the corner. Rebounded by Fuentes.
Yeah, and see, I know we got 4.5 left, and you're feeling the urgency, but you don't have to shoot threes quite yet. Just keep getting buckets. And what a steal here from Valdez.
And a timeout taken by Mesa Vista in the split second that he came up with it. And so we'll go ahead and take the timeout as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Just 4 minutes and 24 seconds left in this one. 15-point lead here for Texico.
Coach Cook certainly wanted to travel there. There was some contact, and Valdez's feet did shuffle a little bit. Yeah, we're getting some really bang-bang plays now, and the microscope on the officials is getting tighter and tighter. Every call, you can feel the emotion from the crowd right here. A fortunate break there for the Trojans. You stop the clock, and now you get a chance to go to the free throw line. Texico is in the bonus now. Excuse me, well, Mesa Vista will technically be in the bonus with 5 fouls on Texico, so that's really going to help their cause. If you're Mesa Vista with 4:19 left, now down by 14 and maybe 13 with his free throw, you got to keep pounding it inside. You got to keep drawing some contact. Get it to Gallegos and get it to your playmakers.
So Valdez converts at the charity stripe.
I've got 9 for him. Unofficially for me.
Yep. That's what I've got here as well as Pipkin rotates it over. Curtis lets it fly. That one just short. And you got to imagine the legs on Jet Curtis starting to go. He's been playing on both ends of the floor.
Yeah. And as good as Curtis is from deep, you might be okay with Texico taking those long threes, and then especially if you can come back and get a layup right there like Gallegos just did. Another steal.
Steal here for the Trojans, down by 11. This one not out of reach by any means.
Stop shooting threes if you're Mesa Vista. Keep pounding it down low. Get some easy looks. What a pass from Gallegos.
Inside, Saavedra able to convert. And the Trojans grasping on to a sense of life. They've cut the deficit down to just single digits. And Texico take a timeout. And there you see the Mesa Vista faithful will take the timeout as well. We'll be back in just a moment.
At the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, being a journeyman electrician is more than just a job. It's about being a part of something greater than yourself. And the best way to take care of your family is by joining ours. IBEW 611 members earn great wages, benefits, and pensions. So if you're an electrician, ask yourself, am I being paid my worth? Is my family fully covered at no cost to me? Can I retire? Call us or visit our website to empower yourself and join the union now.
Back here at the pit, an absolute battle between the Texico Wolverines and the Mesa Vista Trojans, as the Trojans in the state championship game for the first time since 2003. Brandon, looking to capture their first state title since 1997. Yeah. It's been a little bit more recent than that for Texico. They last hoisted the trophy for boys basketball in 2016.
Yeah, been a minute for them. Texaco, on the flip side, trying to get their first state title in 9 years, 2016, and they've won titles in 16, 2009, 8, 2001, and back in 1984. So what a big possession right here for both teams. For Texaco, you're trying to end this run that the Trojans are on. For Mesa Vista, you don't want to give Texaco any sort of momentum back. They've had a lead for essentially for a large majority of this game. And what defense here from Navarez.
And a jump ball, possession arrow going to the Trojans.
Heads up play from Navarez, playing aggressively, but then just finding a way to get the jump ball. And now you got the ball back, down by 9. Keep that game plan going. Don't look for the 3. Get it to Gallegos. Get your playmakers inside. You've already got the bonus at your advantage. You got to get inside and draw some more contact.
Gallegos gets to the basket, can't finish. Follow up, can't finish. And now he's headed to the free throw line for 2.
Good things continue to happen when you get inside. Gallegos to the free throw line. You got to settle down, take a deep breath, keep chipping away if you're the Trojans, and Gallegos can do that right here.
Gallegos, he has struggled from the free throw line today. With that miss, he's now 1 for 5.
Yeah, and that's 4 points right there. It could be a 5-point game with those just from the free throws from him alone.
Gets the second one to go, but 2 for 6 from the free throw line.
I know you wanted both, but getting one right there is massive. Just get another stop and get right back down to your game plan offensively. Trojans got all the momentum right now. All the pressure's on Texico to stop the bleeding.
And for Texico, there's been a glaring absence on the floor since about the second quarter, Brandon. When their point guard, Steen North, went down with a knee injury, he has not returned to the game since. And so Texico just looking for somebody to orchestrate the offense.
I love the pace right now and the physicality down low. We saw someone hit the floor. I love the no call. That was just a hard-fought play for the rebound. And the Trojans fortunate that Texaco didn't score there. And then on the flip side, Gallegos coming right back, drawing the foul. And that's a blocking foul on Curtis, I believe.
They're going to call it on the floor here on Jet Curtis. So the basket will not count.
That's a really good angle on the replay. I know Gallegos' elbow went into Curtis right there, but I think Curtis did get the block right there. You have to give Gallegos a little bit of space to make a basketball play. He was trying to get a shot up. And another missed free throw. That is so costly right now with 2:26 left. But you got to get at least one. You got to get at least one right here. With Texaco cooling off offensively, just get one, keep chipping away. 2:26 is still a lot of time.
Converts that time. He's 3 for 8 from the free throw line as Jordan Gallegos. Less than 2.5 minutes left in this state championship. We've got a 7-point game, and now
another poke.
This ball's stolen away. Here comes Mesa Vista. Navarez for 3.
Oh my goodness!
And it's now down to just 4 points.
I know I've been saying don't shoot the threes, but he was on a mission right there, and mission accomplished with a massive 3. Now, who picked up the foul here?
That was Jordan Gallegos.
Oh my goodness.
Huge foul call.
Game-changing moment right here.
And for Gallegos, that is going to be the final play that he'll make in this game. He has been fouled out, the junior. A valiant effort from him today.
Now look, you're down by 4. You just lost your top player inside, but you just hit a 3. Your guards are the ones really creating these turnovers. You got to keep applying the pressure in the perimeter. Don't give Texico any easy looks whatsoever.
Here's Moses. Finds Curtis. Looks inside now. Hawkins almost has it stolen away, and who else but Jet Curtis?
Yeah.
When you're in a tough spot.
Yeah, and what a timely play from him right there to get inside and draw a foul. You got to get some points here if you're Texico, and now you have an opportunity to do that. The only thing that's not good about this is you stopped the clock, but if you get the free throws, you add on to the lead, and now with Gallegos out, Mesa Vista's offensive mentality is a bit different. Gallegos was the one really getting inside and creating offense and creating opportunities. So who's going to do that now for the Trojans? We'll find out.
Curtis 2 for 2 that time. That brings Jet Curtis up to 22 points here today. He is the leading scorer.
He is a heck of a player, and he's having an outstanding game in this championship performance.
Valdez finds Martinez, contested 3,
and
he draws the foul.
That's Curtis, who got a little aggressive. If you get the replay, I'd love to see that. But yeah, Martinez, what a break right there for the Trojans. He got a pretty good look from 3, and credit to the Trojans for getting themselves a good look, even with Gallegos on the bench.
It looked like the official was just telling Jet Curtis you did not give him space to land.
Oh, it was more on the land than any, yeah, and I do like that rule just for injury purposes, for safety purposes. Yeah, he just got into his space right there, and Curtis wasn't even looking when he was turning to the basket, and he was just walking back a little bit into his space. So yeah, I do like that call. It's for safety. If someone lands on someone's ankle, you can turn your ankle and really injure yourself. So he hits the first 2, right?
2 for 2, looking to make it 3 for 3.
And I got him at 15.
And a perfect 3 for 3 that time.
Huge.
Is Martinez. And now the pressure turned up. We've got a 3-point game here late. It was a 15-point Texico lead entering the fourth quarter. Wallen backside, throws it away.
Saavedra, what a steal, Saavedra.
Mesa Vista can tie it on this possession.
Martinez
penetrates. Martinez lays it in. The Trojans are down by 1. Timeout taken.
Martinez putting his team on his back with Gallegos out of the game. All of a sudden, a 1-point ball game, Ty. Holy moly.
Full timeout on the floor as we take a look at this replay. Martinez penetrates.
Yeah, just straight up beat Curtis right there. That was a great drive.
And there you see the defense from Texico. It's just a couple of hands being stuck out. You've got to slide your feet, get into position. And that's the result here as Texico, they have gone stone cold offensively here in this fourth quarter, Brandon.
Yeah, have not got a lot of good looks. Really, free throws have been the majority of their offense in the fourth quarter. When's the last time Mesa Vista was down 1? It's got to be from the first quarter, right?
It had to have been back in the very first half, early in the first half. Texico, by my count, they've only got 2 points in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I think both of them from Curtis at the free throw line.
You're correct.
So from the field, give Mesa Vista a lot of credit. They are making it very difficult on the Wolverines to get any sort of easy look. And right now, if you're the Wolverines, I know you've got the lead. You've got 1:14 left. You got to play smart, but you also got to find a good look. You haven't gotten any good looks really all of the fourth quarter. They just got a timeout. Let's see what they drew up coming out of the timeout with Coach Cook.
1 minute, 14 seconds left in this one. Massive possession here for Texico.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, Tyler, of when teams ahead in the fourth quarter with no shot clock try to drain the clock out. You got to get a good look. Let's see if they get one.
There's Moses, short corner. That one well off the mark, but the follow-up.
Hawkins.
Big time there.
Nope,
that was
not
Bennett
Hawkins.
Wallen.
Yep, Wallen. What a board and what a finish from Wallen.
And a timeout taken by Mesa Vista.
I love this timeout right here. You've got 53 seconds left. It's a one-possession game. You've got no Gallegos, which continues to be an adjustment for Mesa Vista, even though they've continued to go on a run without him. You've got to all be on the same page, not just figuring it out as you go. Use every timeout you have right now while you're down. And I think, was that their final timeout?
I believe you might be correct.
Yeah, I believe there's their final timeout. I love using it right here because if you don't get a bucket here, the game could be over. If Texico gets it back, they could easily go to the free throw line, and then all of a sudden it's a two-possession game in the final minute. So draw something up right here. The time is now. There's no wasting time here. You've got to figure out what you're going for. Get everyone on the same page.
I think if you're Texico, you're going to be looking to one man, and that is Jet Curtis. 22 points for Curtis here today.
And back to Wallen. What an offensive board and what a finish. All the pressure in the world is on Texico right now. You've had the lead basically the whole way, and Mesa Vista, even without Gallegos, continued to climb back and get it down to a 1-point lead. That could be a game-saving bucket right there from Wallen.
53.5 seconds left. 3-point game.
Let's see what they drew up. They're going to go to Valdez off the inbounds.
Saavedra.
Valdez has really been the one waiting for Gallegos to create an open shot for him, and now let's see who's going to create for each other. And that's an open look.
Martinez
wow.
in the corner. He draws the foul. That is exactly who you don't want to foul. If you're Texico, Martinez so far today, Brandon, he is 8 of 9 at the free throw line.
Fuentes, I don't know if he got into his landing spot or, yeah, it looks like just a little bit of contact right there. Martinez so good at drawing the contact in threes. That's the second three. Oh, and the first free throw missed is massive. But that's the second time the Wolverines have put them to the free throw line off a three. Fortunately for Texico, they missed the first.
Second time around, Martinez.
37 seconds left. That's a lot of time left. So if you get it down to 1, I don't know if you just foul right away or if you try to go for the foul, let them get to half court and try to get the steal in. If they get past half court, you probably foul here. And they're not doing full court pressure. I thought they might go for the full court pressure here.
1-point game, maybe 30 seconds.
Maybe a half court trap coming here.
Fuentes hands it off. Moses open, thought about it. Moses has his pocket picked momentarily. Curtis.
But it's bounced right to Curtis. And a timeout there, and I like that timeout there. They looked a little discombobulated. Settle them down. 21 seconds left. You have a 1-point lead. Get everyone on the same page. Do you waste time here, Tyler? Or do you try to get a good look? It's probably, and it's only a 1-point game, because if you try to get cute and waste time and Mesa Vista forces a turnover, they have a chance to take the lead. So I think it's a fine line. Yes, be patient, but don't get cute and just pass it around a bunch. I think you've got to go for a bucket here, but only if it's a layup. Try to get yourself a good look inside.
100%, and ball security is the biggest thing that head coach Craig Cook is going to be stressing in this huddle.
Yeah,
you
ball
mentioned
security for sure.
The fast defensive hands of the Mesa Vista Trojans, able to force numerous turnovers, and they don't do it by getting in the passing lane. They do a little bit of it, but the vast majority of it comes as the opponents are dribbling, trying to penetrate. You see just the lightning quick hands, get in there, poke the ball away, and that has generated some instant offense for Mesa Vista and really propelled their comeback here in this fourth quarter.
And if you're the Trojans, how quickly do you foul? I wonder if they want to just foul right away. They probably got to foul right away. They're so aggressive and they're so good at poking the ball away and getting steals. I think aggression has to be at maximum effort here, and you got to probably foul quickly because the clock's not your friend anymore. You're only down by 1, so if you send them to the free throw line, it could still be a single possession game if they hit both free throws.
You know, and if you're Mesa Vista, that could potentially be the play.
Yeah, and there's the foul right there. Even though Navarez or Valdez, he didn't like the call, but no, you should foul right there because there was a wide open baseline right there. Fuentes would have had an easy layup. Make him at least earn it at the free throw line.
Fuentes, he has been perfect at the free throw line so far here today. 4 for 4. All of those came.
Oh, so Valdez fouled out. I think that's why he was a little upset. It looks like he's out with his 5th. Yeah, that is his 5th.
Some of the biggest free throws of Alex Fuentes' life.
Mesa Vista bringing the booze. They're getting really loud, but Fuentes unfazed, hitting that free throw. And the biggest free throw of his life coming up right here. You got to get it to a 3-point lead. Mesa Vista's gotten dangerous in the second half, hitting some threes. Wow.
Fuentes.
You talk about pressure.
Ice in his veins. He's 6 of 6 from the free throw line. 3-point game here. Step back.
Yeah, that
short from Martinez.
Great contest from Curtis there.
Huge rebound, and now the foul committed by Mesa Vista. Less than 10 seconds to go.
as much as that foul on the 3 earlier, a few minutes ago from Curtis, hurt them, that was excellent perimeter defense from Curtis right there. He didn't get in his space. He put his hand up, and that was a difficult step back alone from Martinez on the shot. Is he coming out of the game now, or is he just he's just talking to coach now? Oh, no, he's out too. Oh, no. Okay, he's just all the way in the corner. Back to Moses at the free throw line.
Jaheim Moses, these are his first free throw attempts of the day.
That's tough, but you got to get one. Just get one. The game could all be over. You got 9 seconds left. It's going to be really hard for Mesa Vista to come back with 9 seconds. You just hit one.
Yeah.
Settle down and hit one.
One free throw makes this a 2-possession game, which if you do the math, that's tough to accomplish in 9 seconds.
Mesa Vista really bringing the booze here. I'm impressed with their crowd. Okay.
Moses misses both.
Still one possession.
3-point game. Here we go. Martinez gets inside. Martinez pulls up from inside. They're down by 1, but the clock runs out. And Texico are your state basketball champions for the first time since 2016.
Yeah, I think was that Martinez that shot the last one? I think he may have forgot that the clock was going to continue to run even after the made bucket. What a comeback from Mesa Vista. You got to give him all the credit in the world. They fought back with Gallegos, and then when they lost them, they continued the rally, just losing by 1 point in this state championship game. And then for Texico, you fought off that late comeback. You found a way to win. You made some key plays down the stretch. You hit some free throws, which helped. You only won by 1, so every free throw you hit down the stretch really mattered. And yeah, the Wolverines are now state champs for the first time since 2016. And in program history, that makes it, by my count, 6 state titles for Texico. What a year. What a performance for this program.
What a tremendous performance here today. But you mentioned the free throws, Brandon. 9 missed free throws for the Mesa Vista Trojans.
Yeah, that hurt.
And that proved to be the difference here today. Make sure to stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the trophy presentation, and we'll be heading down to the court to talk with head coach Craig Cook following his state championship and our player of the game. 22 points from the sophomore, Jet Curtis. We'll step aside. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Dusty Young will present the 2020. Congratulations to both teams, and congratulations to your 2025 state. The Wolverines of Texico High School.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Down here with your state championship winners, we've got head coach Craig Cook and the sophomore knockdown shooter, Jet Curtis. Coach, we're going to start with you. Massive victory today. What a performance. You had an incredible season. Just tell me what's going through your mind right now.
Well, from the start, you think back to where you started, and you couldn't ask for a better ending. I mean, you hate that somebody's got to go home, you know, that's not feeling good, upset. But you just think about all the moments. Our motto this year was brick by brick. And I'll tell you right now, these kids accomplished it all the way through. We had 2 setbacks in the year, but our practices were intense. Our mindset was intense. Everything that we asked of these kids, they were bought in, coachable, and made it happen today in the biggest moment of the year.
Now, Coach, you had a couple of your normal suspects, foul trouble, didn't really have an impact on today's game. You were able to go to some youth. You brought an Autry off the bench. Talk a little bit about what he provided.
That's about as good as it gets. When you have something in your mind that it's going to work this way, and you get a couple of your bigs in foul trouble, and you have to go to somebody that he played a couple of minutes and picked up 2 fouls in 13 seconds in the Santa Ana Star Center, didn't play it all the other day, and then came in and just did his job. And when you can rely on a bench like that and you have depth like that, you have a chance to win. And I think that's something that can be passed down to the next teams, because we're young. We're young. We lose a couple key guys, but that depth right there is what allowed us to stay in the game.
Thank you so much, Coach. Now, Jet, you started off this game on fire. You knocked down a 3 in the first 10 seconds from pretty much NBA range. What was your mindset coming into this game today?
I mean, I've shot hundreds of thousands of shots, and so really I'm not thinking about anything. I'm trusting myself, trusting my body to do what I put in the work to do, really. So we work on that every day in practice. We work on shooting. We work on shooting off the move. So it's really, Coach, he's prepared us. He's done a great job of preparing us.
And so you guys lost Steen. He's one of your leaders. You lost him early in that first half. How did you guys come together after he went out?
Well, Steen is our energy guy. He's been the guy that's brought the team together. He's been the good vibes guy. So it sucked watching him go down. But then that's just motivation because we love him. He's been such a key part of our team. He's such a great teammate. And so we just wanted to do it for him. Extra motivation, really.
Jet Curtis, your MVP here of today's state championship. Texico taking home their first blue trophy in basketball since 2016. That's going to do it for us here today, ladies and gentlemen. For Jason Pohl, our director, all of our camera crew, Brandon Ortega on color. My name's Tyler Ortega. Thank you for watching.
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did.
It is caught! One second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did.
It is